Matter.
Hello and welcome to Dad's Matter, Understanding Dads, supporting fathers because they really do matter. In episode 5, I spoke to you about how dads were traditionally seen as the provider and disciplinarian and how this has changed for the better. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about how to get your children to behave in an acceptable manner. In the past, we were told to smack our children to get them behave, but we know now that smacking our children not only doesn't work, but it makes their behaviour worse. It might stop them being naughty in the moment, but in the long term, it will encourage unwanted behaviour. And here's why it's such a bad idea.
Oh, really?
Aside from physical injury, which is illegal in the UK and not very nice, it can cause emotional harm and trauma, which will decrease self-esteem and increases levels of cortisol and adrenaline. That makes it difficult to concentrate because cortisol prepares you for fight or flight. And if you've got too much of that going on, it's difficult to sit still and learn and behave. So the child is less likely to achieve and more likely to misbehave. And a child that feels they're no good or they're not good enough is more likely to find other ways of achieving. And we know what that looks like. Also, it's frightening. And it's no basis for a relationship. And a father-child relationship is a relationship. Children need to know who's in charge, but if the basis of that authority is fear, then you have no real authority. I told you to tidy your bedroom. Just compliance, and compliance can be faked. Children learn by watching what their parents do, and if their parents solve their problems by hitting them, then they will copy that behaviour, which will lead to problems at school, in the community, and eventually the law.
Interesting.
Children who hit other children do not get invited to parties, and this will lead to anxiety and social exclusion in later life, so it's a really, really, really bad idea. So how do we manage unwanted behaviour?
La 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 la, I'm not listening.
It's not fair.
Firstly, ask yourself, why are they doing that? Remember, it's the behaviour, not the child. No such thing as a naughty child, just naughty behaviour.
He pulled the teddy's head off.
We appear to have an issue. Did Teddy not need his head?
Wasn't me.
We know that children communicate their emotions through their behaviour. So if they're naughty, then what's the emotion causing that? They could be tired, hungry, or being bullied at school. It could be anything.
Because I'm tired.
I'm tired too.
Dad needs to work out what they're trying to tell you. And if you can get that right, then everyone wins.
Tell me all about it. What's going on?
He's got my ball.
Ask them, listen to them, and try to understand what the problem is, and work with them to solve that problem.
I'm sorry, he's better now.
Ah, Teddy.
The problem might be something that you think is silly, but if it's important to them, then it's important to you because you want them to behave. Negotiate in an age-appropriate way and be clear about the rules.
I'd like to negotiate more screen time.
Children who know what to expect and are expected to behave will be more likely to do so. Set the rules, stick to them, be consistent. If you're going to give in to the demands, do it straight away. Don't let your child pester you into giving in.
Thank you very much.
If you do, they will quickly learn that all they have to do is keep going and going until eventually you give in. And children can be very persistent. They need to know who's in charge, but it's also about relationships.
Relationship, get it?
If you feel loved and respected, you show love and respect. If you feel listened to, you listen. Thanks for listening.